Liverpool continued their winning run yesterday as the Reds beat Nottingham Forest 3-0 to keep up with the pack at the top of the Premier League table. In today's video, we have some massive Alexis Mac Allister news, but not only that, we'll also go through all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours and discuss the big talking points from the weekend. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Fluminense midfielder Andrea has confirmed an offer from a big European club known to be Liverpool, which he turned down in favour of a January switch. Andrea, the 22-year-old Brazilian international, was subject of inquiry from Liverpool during the summer transfer window. It was even claimed that the Reds had made an offer worth around £25.6 million for the tenacious midfielder, which was rejected with Fluminense unwilling to sell mid-season. Their campaign runs through the calendar year, and the decision was made for Andre to stay and help push for the Copa Libertadores, which now sees them in the final against Boca Juniors on November 4th. Ahead of the clash, Andreas spoke to the official CONMEBOL channel, and in quotes translated by Fluminense for foreigners, stated, "There's a lot of things in the last window that I didn't talk about. It was really an offer I couldn't refuse. The club, the league, every player dreams to play for a big European club and a big European league. I decided to keep my word and stay because when the January window closed, the manager told me he wanted me until the end of the year. We didn't know an offer like that would appear, and no matter what, I'd stay until December. Months passed, and in the European summer window, we were in the round of 16 of the Copa Libertadores. It was a really hard decision. I don't think that if I accepted the offer, I don't know if I'd feel 100% comfortable with myself because I gave my word to Diniz, and he values a word a lot, to the honesty. He always says that when we do things the right way, good things happen. In January, he told me that 100% for sure, if I stayed, I'd play in my value and grow, and I didn't have to think about it and do it right. Liverpool are expected to return with a new approach for Andre in January, by which point he'll be mid-season break, and hopefully with the Copa Libertadores winners medal. Either way, Andrea is 100% comfortable with the decision to turn down a summer move, admitting a lot of things can happen this winter. He said, "Our team could have knocked out in the round of 16, I had to take the decision. Now getting into the final, everyone will say I made the right decision. I think it was a loyalty gesture of staying and trying to win the Libertadores, so it was not important if we stayed in it or not. I'm 100% comfortable in making the decision to stay. Now we have to do everything to win this title, and by the end of the year, I don't know exactly what will happen. A lot of things can happen, but I'm sure that being here, knowing everything went right, helped me as a lot as a person and also helped my career. I got on national team call-ups for the year, so I think that, and Diniz said, when we do things right, be loyal and honest, good things will always happen." In other news, Alexis Mac Allister is in danger of missing next month's trip to Manchester City, having picked up his latest booking in the 3-0 victory over Nottingham Forest. The Reds made light work of Steve Cooper's side on Sunday afternoon to secure a win and a clean sheet that puts them on 23 points after 10 Premier League games. Mac Allister impressed in the holding role at Anfield and helped Jurgen Klopp's side on their way to securing all 3 points, but his second half yellow card left him somewhat on the edge of further punishment. The Argentine now has 4 Premier League bookings to his name this season, and his next would see him be suspended for the following for fixture. Just 2 domestic fixtures separate Liverpool from a huge clash with Manchester City at the end of November, and Mac Allister faces the prospect of missing out on that particular meeting. A booking against Luton next time out would mean Mac Allister would be missing the visit of Brentford on November 12th. But if he instead shown a yellow card against Brentford, he'll be forced to sit out at the Etihad after the international break, with 1 game ban for 5 bookings. Mac Allister was sent off during the 3-1 win over Bournemouth back in August for a challenge on Ryan Christie, but the decision was later overturned following an appeal to the FA. Despite that, the World Cup winner has collected 4 yellow cards in the league to this point, and is on the brink of suspension in the near future. He will almost certainly serve a 1-game ban for reaching that tally at some point in the 2023-2024 campaign, with yellow cards not wiped out until matchday 32 in the Premier League. Mac Allister was instrumental in the Reds' latest win over Nottingham Forest, operating in the number 6 position, as he has done for the majority of the campaign so far. The Argentine will be keen to avoid missing any key games, but his next booking will put him out of action for 1 match regardless. As we stated, Liverpool picked up another home win as they comfortably beat Nottingham Forest 3-0, though there were off-the-pitch concerns pre-game surrounding Luis Diaz. In this part of the video, we'll discuss the 5 big talking points from the game of the weekend. Luis Diaz in fort as Anfield shows support. Pre-game would have been a real mix of emotions for a large contingent inside Anfield and watching on from afar, even for those not necessarily of a Liverpool persuasion. An early morning statement from the Reds noted Diaz facing a desperate worry with his parents kidnapped in Colombia. Subsequent reports saw his mother rescued, but it's scarcely conceivable how his mindset must have been so. Diaz's shirt was dully held up by Diogo Jota after Reds' opening goal of the game, with the players naturally thinking of their teammate at an incredibly difficult time. Prior to kickoff, there was a moment of applause and memory for two greats from two rival clubs, Bill Kenwright's Everton's chairman who passed away at the start of the week, and Sir Bobby Charlton, a Man United hero and World Cup winner who died last weekend. Anfield showed respect for both. Following that, there was an applause also and a flag held aloft around the ground for the Reds fan Paul Maguire, who on the 37th minute who passed away after a recent Merseyside derby. And ahead of the match, there were also Palestine flags handed out by a group of supporters around Anfield to those who wanted to display solidarity despite a Premier League ban on showing flags from either that nation or Israel amid an ongoing Israeli-Hamas war. Despite that, fans were repeatedly asked not to display those fans by directive from Liverpool and the Premier League. At Anfield, though, football should never only be about football. Darwin through the middle. Before the situation with Diaz's parents arose, it would likely have been him or left of one of Darwin Núñez or Diogo Jota starting centre forward. Since they both started, we can perhaps read into the Uruguayans getting to the nod to the middle as him and Jurgen Klopp's pre-game choice in any case. It was certainly the Uruguayan who had the best openings of the first half, one rocket from a narrow angle, saved following a defensive slip, then a header powered over the bar. And it was certainly the Uruguayan who made the difference. First, his run down the channel and drilled shot was parried by Matt Turner, straight to Jota who tapped in. Then it was Núñez again who attacked the near post to score the second soon after. He's in great form right now and received another ovation when subbed late on. All-out attack. From 1-0 through to half-time, we pretty much saw what this team, with this type of lineup, is possession dominant, plenty of attacking energy, goal threat from every angle and very hungry to win games again. While Liverpool remain a distance from perfect, this type of performance should be enjoyed immensely right now, in stark contrast to the predictable slow-paced dross served up for much of last season. The two attacking midfielders, in addition to a forward-thinking number 6, simply meant we were constantly pressing high to win back the ball, always had passing options with a creative edge, and everybody happy to take on a shot when it is in a decent area. Turner was facing an onslaught at times as Dominic Szoboszlai, Núñez, Trent, Alexander-Arnold and Jota all went for goal in a non-stop period of intent to destroy. 74% possession and 12 first-half shots summed up as much. It's not a lineup or an approach which is perhaps valid against every type of opponent or kind of game. But home against majority of Premier League teams, Liverpool are just a much better, more powerful, more technically gifted and impressively set up than most. Problems of deep blocks and breaking them down must be a thing of the past when we can simply overwhelm teams with such offensive options, as long as the defence remains concentrated and are quick to spot recoveries, of course. The next steps will include making that mentality a 90-minute one, with the second half much more passive state of affairs. Liverpool fans, what are your final thoughts from the match against Forest? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.